Hello, welcome to Free Cheese episode 294. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Matthew, I have two notes I'd like to read to you right now.
Oh, boy.
These are notes that I dictated to Siri in traffic, and I needed you to hear them here now.
Verbatim from you or from Siri?
Let's just go from me.
Okay.
She didn't do a great job. Shaved head, ponytail, Nebraska. And Honda CRV, silhouette women, Greek flag.
Well, one is probably a distant relative of Ben.
Correct. Which
Yep.
one? So you want to elaborate? Let's jump into the CRV piece here. So I'm stuck in traffic.
As you always are. Pretty much every story time now podcast is we're
It's what bullshit did I see in traffic today? And this week, I made a dumb mistake. I went through the 895 tunnel, which is a bad.
Oh no! Oh God! Don't go
I know
through that in like the next 3 years.
Well, I left work early to go get my emissions done, so I was like, I'll go that way. I'm early enough. Nope. Sat literally to get from the one side of the toll plaza to the other side was 1 hour. And in that hour, I saw a guy in a Honda CRV who had silhouettes of women all around his car, like on each door.
Oh, I thought you just saw a silhouette of a woman.
No, they
in a
were
weird
little
position.
stickers.
Oh, all right.
I'd love to describe them for you if you'd like.
Is it like the mudflat women?
Yes, except the first one was a woman standing, just legs in a V shape, just as you would stand. But betwixt her legs, pair of underwear, pulled down, half-mast. The other one was just like a dumb sexy pose, whatever kind of thing. Another one was holding a gun. And then, yeah, the Greek flag was there too.
So his car is a James Bond intro.
Yeah, kind of. It was like, yes. Oh, shit. I forgot to close that door. Well, and yeah,
No, I think I was the one that forgot to close the door. I was the last one down.
Well, it's your fault. But either way. So that, and then shaved head, ponytail, Nebraska. I saw a guy and I was like, is that Goro? Like, the haircut was just bald, but a ponytail. The only thing that existed was a ponytail.
Did he have eyebrows?
I didn't get a good full frontal view. It was kind of like a side and behind, hence the ponytail.
Oh, another silhouette. Got it.
And I was like, man, wow, that's an interesting haircut for a man to have. And then as he went past his license plate, I was like, that's a weird look. No, Nebraska. He's from Nebraska. Got it. All
Sonic's
good things.
hometown.
All good things come from Nebraska.
Home state, town. Does Nebraska even have a city?
I don't think so. I think it's just Nebraska, Nebraska.
It just has a mountain village.
Yeah.
Population
Sonic.
14 and a half.
And then I learned that
Sonic's the half.
there is a global helium shortage currently happening, affecting the masses.
What bullshit IGN more web results did you click?
No, this is a real ass poster I got from the Party City.
Oh, sorry, clowns.
I went to go buy birthday balloons for Katie, and there's a woman losing her fucking mind. I went on the internet. I went to partycity.com. I typed in balloon, and then it said, do you want these? And I said, yep. And I bought them, and done. It said, great, we'll see you at 6 o'clock to pick up your balloons. So I get in, I walk in, go to the balloon counter, unattended, as it is. Why would anyone be there? Walk to the front counter, where I was gonna say, I was holding my phone like an idiot, and I just went, "Hey, I got this. Give me." And this woman's losing her fucking mind. She's like, "Well, you know, some people have parties, and if they have parties, they need balloons. And what are you gonna do if you can't? You know, like last minute, someone might come in here and just need 50 balloons. What are you gonna do then?" Someone might do that. And then the kid could not give a fuck less. He was just like, yeah, that's true. That's right. People might need balloons. I know but you know, there is a helium shortage. And she was like, well, yeah, that's what the man said. He said there's helium shortage and that hospitals get it first. And I said, well, what about people who need balloons? And I'm just like, half paying attention, half still listening to music, and half like
Holding up your phone still like an
holding
idiot.
my phone. Does this affect me? Can I get my balloons? But also, I assumed that if my balloons had been done, they'd be floating somewhere, which I couldn't locate them.
Or being hidden away from the woman who needed 50 balloons.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, man, this sucks. Like, it's not like it was a big deal, but I just thought it'd be cool if I had dumb balloons for Katie's birthday when she got home. And I was like, well, I'm like running through my head, like, maybe I'll just blow them up with my mouth and then tie them to the ceiling. Like, that's kind of cool still, right?
Like string to the ceiling. And just
Exactly. So I'm like running through all this shit in my head. Meanwhile, this woman's just like, it's just ridiculous. I just can't. And the woman in front of her is like, I know. Well, I heard you can you can take them somewhere else that has helium. And the woman's like, well, I know. I called the dollar store. You can go to the. And I'm like, fuck. All right. So I'm sitting there like, I guess I gotta go to the dollar store. I gotta head over there now and get these balloons filled up. Turns out no one ever filled up my balloons. The girl who did the morning shift told her manager, yeah, I got them. And then she just dipped. So the manager came out and he was like, oh, she told me she did them. And I was like, all right. Is it? And he was like, this is going to be a minute. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. And I'm looking at that point and I'm starting to notice many tanks of helium. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm good. Unless these are reserves that someone's already, why?
This is reserved for the local hospital.
Maybe it must have been. And I'm like, I don't know what's
It could have
happening.
been empty, that's true.
So I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on. No, there was one that like, you're right. I was like, ugh. But first there were several in boxes where you could buy a tank of helium. There was another one where it was a big tank of helium on their little counter that had a sticky note on it with the word good written on it. So I was like, okay, that's good helium. Why don't give me the things? I'll walk back there and pump them up. I know how to do this. I worked in a grocery store once. Dude was gone for like 15 minutes and he came back at one point after like 6 and he was like, I'm really sorry. It's just taking a minute. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, sure. And he disappears again. And he finally comes back and goes, here you go. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. See you later. No idea. But I did take a picture of this sign that says, due to an unforeseen disruption in supply and increasing demand. Demand's going up for helium. It's hot. A small group of our stores are being impacted by the global helium shortage. It's a whole thing.
People are
Who's
dying.
stocked up to buy to get on this helium bandwagon?
Dude,
because when supply and demand, when the demand is high and the supply is low, the prices go up.
That's what
Stock
happens.
prices go up. Shareholders are happy.
Can you buy? Let me go to the New York Stock Exchange. Just type in
Helium.
People are dying, but I got a party, you know?
I bet you, some Disney company has a
That's probably-
helium.
Yeah, you're probably right. It was wild, man. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just write this down real quick. Take a picture. Helium.
Who gets precedent? Disneyland or hospitals?
Depends on the price you're paying. You know
Disney
what I
has the
mean?
money.
That's right. Party City clearly does not have the money.
Well, yeah,
That the
they're a
hospitals
retail
do.
chain. They're dying.
Right. But Disney, they got that Disney money.
Well, they just spend a lot of it on Fox, you know.
I'm sure they still got helium money. You always got to keep some helium money tucked away, as I've learned. You gotta.
I have to say that's a new saving strategy I've never heard because I don't have my own helium money.
You're
stuck
fucking up.
away. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you gotta get on it. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball this week. It's pretty good.
Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
OG.
Yeah. Yes, not Kai. And I'm happy about that because I am hearing about the things that are cut out of Kai, and I'm glad that I am experiencing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That's a real good show. Real good. What I've learned so far is that the show should actually be titled Waiting for Goku, because the whole fucking series is just waiting for Goku.
The shuttle, the Dragon Trail. I forget what all
Yeah,
of them
he
were
was
called.
He was dead. Then we gotta wait for him to
Savo Highway is what.
right, yeah. He came back from the dead, and then he was in the hospital. Then he gets out of the hospital. Then you gotta wait for him to get into the ship and fly to planet Namek. But because he's also an idiot and basically just Homer Simpson with a different haircut, He glues himself to the top of the ship and then sets it off course and completely misses Namek and then has to double back to. He's a fucking idiot. The best part, though, spoilers for Dragon Ball Z, the Namek saga. There's a point where the Ginyu Force drops in, which they're fucking great. Just a fucking. I kept cackling watching them. And they drop in. Gohan, the kid's got spirit. So he's sitting there just going. He's like, nope, not going to give up, not going to give up. And the one dude who looks like a goofball, I don't remember his name, snaps his fucking neck. Goku's laying there lifeless, neck broken, can't breathe, eyes rolled back in his head, completely dead. That's when Goku finally shows up. And when he does, he just drops down, walks in. Hey, Gohan, you had a pretty tough battle there, huh, little guy? Like, dude, your kid is just...
Yeah, gotta let you know, he's a shitty dad. Piccolo's a better dad than him.
Like, what? And he goes, here, buddy, try and swallow one of these. Feeds him a senzu bean. And you're like, okay. And which also speaks to the confidence that he had in, like...
A bean?
Well, the bean, but also, like, in his ability to take out what just took out his kid and that his kid's not actually hurt. I was like, wow, what the fuck?
It's like wrestling booking. Like,
by
he's about to bury the Ginyu Force.
You're gonna laugh even later.
I mean, there's just
like you're gonna see where Goku's priorities are when it comes to people.
I'm excited, but yeah, I mean, then like the whole time that Frieza's a motherfucker, and fuck Vegeta.
No, never fuck Vegeta.
Fuck Vegeta.
Never fuck Vegeta.
Dude, Vegeta was never like he's not a good guy.
Dende. That's all I'm saying.
He's a tweener.
Fuck Vegeta. That's the thing. Vegeta, he started to come around, and you're
He's
like,
a tweener.
You're like, Vegeta's cool, man. All right, he's with us, whatever. And then there's that part where he has Krillin fuck him up so that he can then get healed by Dende. And Dende's like, I can only heal those who have a good heart. You suck. You fucking killed all the Nameks. You're a piece of shit. And Vegeta's like, stop caring about that. Just fucking. And the kid's like, I'm not doing it. And then he does, and then Vegeta kicks him. I'm like, you're a dick. It's like they
That's
had
a classic wrestling move, man.
had to do that thing where it's just like,
wait till Cell Saga.
I know he gets there, but I'll tell you what though, if Dende's dead, I'm never gonna forgive Vegeta. Never.
Oh, you will.
Never. People don't forget, Matt. We always say that. I'm saying it again.
So where are you at currently? Frieza, right?
Frieza and Goku's still in a fucking bubble.
What form is?
Frieza just got to the form that I know him as, which is Mewtwo
Okay.
X or whatever the fuck Mewtwo that is. Mewtwo Y.
I thought that.
All white with the purple.
Yeah, the one that Britney Spears' kid dressed up as.
That's his final form.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm in.
Oh, okay, so you saw the whole Krillin moment.
Yeah.
And just like blood everywhere?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the first uncut VHS tape I bought because that wasn't on Toonami.
Oh, yeah.
And Gohan just getting a blood shower. And then then he kicks the shit out of Frieza. That whole moment, I loved.
Fucked. So what happened with that was last night is when that started happening. I was beat. So I passed out on the couch watching Dragon Ball. And I wake up and Krillin's, and I'm like, huh? Hold on, the fuck? And I go back like an episode and a half, rewatch everything. And I was like,
yeah, that show doesn't really show blood often. And now it's like the one time.
Well, the first time I had really seen blood in a like, because you get like a little spit here or there or something like that. Yeah. The first real time is when Gohan was laid the fuck out and started bleeding out of his mouth. And that's when Goku drops in. He's like, I want a buddy. You shouldn't have a fucking Mr. Sparkle.
He was dropped on his head as a baby.
Does it? I mean, clearly, but.
Well, that's the origin, because if not for that, then he would have destroyed Earth by now. Yeah. So.
It's a good show. Anyway, that was 15 minutes of my week. How are you guys doing?
Not that eventful.
You just gotta open your eyes in traffic, man.
I guess
it's out there.
I mean, send enough traffic.
I don't have much traffic. Like,
no.
Like we're like that newscast where you do the traffic reporting, you do the sports, and I just go to like cat shows.
There you go.
He sees the squirrel on skis.
Just like, hey.
Yeah. You're the one that show up in the black leotard with the pumpkin mask and just does the dance.
Yeah.
You went to some wrestling this week?
Oh my god. I went to 2 shows and I've watched even more since.
Not
It's
tired of
like
it?
10 hours of wrestling just to see another probably 10 hours of it tomorrow.
And you did.
Well, yeah, Breaking Kayfabe tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah, right. Last night, WrestleMania was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do? SmackDown and Raw, or was it Raw then SmackDown? What's the order?
Raw then SmackDown. Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday.
It's good. Good
Yeah,
shows.
no, good. Both
And this
good.
is where they come together.
Yeah, every pay-per-view
Okay.
they mix the brands up. Good stuff. Well, they're going to start blurring that line more as we get closer to fall when Fox takes SmackDown. So SmackDown's going to be on regular cable television Friday nights.
That's crazy.
And because of that, now two entirely different networks and companies have the wrestling, so they're going to have to balance out like belts and stuff like that a little bit more. They can't have like a dominant brand because they try to book Raw that way, and SmackDown's a better show far and away. But yeah, I think you're going to start seeing some stars crossover. Like, Rana can't stay on USA because Fox will want her, but if she goes to Fox, then USA is going to want her, and NBC is going to complain. So you're going to start seeing that line blur a little bit more.
Say NBC?
Well, USA is under the NBC umbrella of channels.
Got it. Didn't know that. That makes sense.
I did a whole...
Just had
Ask
that.
me anything about Comcast and NBC. I've read a whole research paper on that. Pretty much... That's a fucking story in itself.
Go on.
So
Let's learn about Helium and Comcast this episode.
So back in college, I was in a class where there was a report where you had to like talk about the parent company and all the things they own, and my group was assigned NBC, so we had to figure out the parent company, which is Universal, and kind of go from there. And there was always a thing where it's like, well, if you work in media and whatever, there's this thing called like with life, where things are always changing in media, and you just have to kind of be there and react to it. So we were assigned Comcast, and we started doing all of our research on Universal. That week, the NBC, the Comcast Universal merger happened, and so we went up to the teacher and was like, do we continue Universal? Do we now switch all our research and look up Comcast? He's like, Liquid Life.
I was about to say, yeah, that's a living example right there.
Yep.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Liquid Life? Okay.
Yeah, that things are always changing. You just have to react and be ready for it. Yeah.
That's all he said.
I liked him a lot, but that was like the one time I was like, oh man, you son of a bitch. Like that was like hours of research. Kind of half of it thrown out the door.
Did you get an A?
Oh yeah, we got an A.
Good.
I was captain of that ship.
Yeah. That would have been fucked if you didn't. Like, well, you actually were assigned to Universal, and you guys pivoted to Comcast.
And it was this whole it was like a 3-month project. There were like stages to it. But yeah, it was this overarching thing, and then the end thing was we had to book
a wrestling
or
show?
schedule. No,
Gave you good practice.
Yeah, we had to schedule a week worth of content. Like we had to put in shows and based on ratings to compete with other brands and stuff like that.
With real ass shows.
It was a mix. So like if based on your results from last season, you could cancel shows. You could move them around to compete. Like NBC, The Voice, that's when it was like at its peak popularity. We tried everything we could to milk The Voice for what it was, because that was NBC's only thing at the time. It's kind of still only is the only thing, sadly. But
AP Bio is pretty good.
Ratings.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, like
Nowhere. Yeah.
that stuff's gotten so much more complicated. That was at the beginning of like Hulu and Netflix really starting to become a real
how do you
contender.
track that shit now? Well, Hulu's owned by NBC, so they're doing fine either way.
So Netflix doesn't have to report. Hulu, I think because they're shareholders, they could report Hulu.
Yeah.
But what they do to kind of keep the shareholders happy, they just say like streaming's good. They don't really give a number usually.
So it's like when digital sales started happening in video games, and they were
Exactly.
like, yeah, digital's doing pretty good for
Yep.
us. And you're like, what does that fucking mean? How many did you sell?
It means that the shareholders are happy.
Stupid ass.
Yep, it's exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Because that always fucked me up where, like, you would see, I remember it with iZombie, where the cast was like, hey, if you could watch this season, that'd be great. And, like, they didn't say we're going to get canceled, but it was, the writing was there. And it was like, well, I'm not buying fucking cable so I can... They were like, if you can watch it live, that'd be great. And it was like, I can't. I fucking can't. I can watch it on your app the day after with ads. It's fine. And then it got canceled. But, yeah. Whatever. They get one more season. But that's weird. Fucking report streaming numbers. Look into that stuff. I feel like it's a bunch of old...
changed. I feel like
I
they've
hope it
started to
is.
report more and more of that. But Netflix, they don't have their own original content. They don't have to
Which to an extent
report
doesn't
that
matter.
because all they have to do is report their subscriber number to the shareholders. Probably.
I just hope that some dick is not. It seemed like a lot of the decisions about which shows kind of stayed alive and got canceled and all that were made by people who weren't looking at the digital numbers, which seems stupid.
Well, because of a bunch of old farts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. Mark, you play any video games this week?
Oh, that's right. We talked about it. I
Kind
forget
of,
that sometimes.
Let's see. I started going through my Switch because at the point of hearing this episode, I will be in Denver. So I'm bringing my Switch, or I have brought my Switch rather, so I could play on the plane.
Smart man.
And I did play on the plane, and it was fun. It's currently fun.
And you're playing.
Shit, what'd I just get? It was well, one of them was Video Kid. It's like that Paperboy looking game, but it's a kid with VHS tapes, and it's like nothing but pop culture references throughout the whole damn
okay.
thing.
Now I remember. Yep.
Yeah. Really addictive, found out.
Yeah.
It's cool because you can jump on cars and benches and shit, and you get points for grinding and whatever because you're on a skateboard the whole time.
So you can actually touch things on like Paperboy, where
So as long as you're jumping on top of it, yes. Yeah, but yeah, it's randomly generated with like your progress. Sometimes you have to go down a sewer, and then you skate down an alligator's spine, and you go through a tube, and you're back up in the street again. You know, it's
a very difficult game to look up. Just gonna put that out there.
I think it's called Video Kid.
No, it is, but you know, you get video games for kids. Kids video game. Kids like video.
Yeah, it's very video. Yeah, very broad terms. And then I got what else I get on there? It was that. Oh, and Windjammers.
Is that on Switch now?
It's been on there.
Oh shit. It's good.
That was my first time playing it.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Go on.
Did you find it immediately?
He didn't because he's not saying anything.
Oh no. So
What'd you type in?
You guys, Video Kid. And then you go through the videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
First actual web link is the link to Switch. Once again, this podcast proves that Google is the superior search engine.
This podcast has never proven that.
Multiple times!
Nope.
Go on, Mark. I'm sorry. I just need to prove
fine.
a point.
Yeah, that's good.
Fuck Bing. And the search engine and the energy drink, because that energy drink sucked.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, got those. Didn't play too much of them, but I do enjoy them. They're what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yep. Which run the Google machine?
Nope. Didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Found. Nope. Did not. Nope. Keep going.
But most of my time has gone into my Xbox, of course, because I've been playing Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
How is that after the first level?
Yeah, I finally.
I played the first level and that was.
That's usually how I was too.
Yeah.
But I think I'm because I did the prologue stuff too. So I think I'm on chapter 3. So, yeah, I really like it. I know that's a game I should have played a lot sooner.
Didn't that come out at a weird time, like a mid-generation thing or something?
I mean, it was during a 360 PS3 life cycle.
I know. Yeah, but I feel like it was like 2013 or something,
No, I don't know if it was like towards the end of it.
where we were all like transitioning to new consoles or something.
No, I thought it came out. Because I don't think it came out too long after 4 came out.
February 19th, 2013.
Oh.
I might have been heavy in the PC at that point,
Yeah.
which I think it was on there. I mean, it is now.
It was, but not until 2014.
Okay. But yeah,
Either way.
it just wasn't like on my radar at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I forgot. I think it's on Game Pass, and that's why I
It
did
was gold.
It was gold. That's what it was. Right. Yeah. So I installed that, and I was like, you know what? I'm just actually gonna put effort into this finally and just get through it. And yeah, I really enjoy it. That's some good ass combat.
Yeah.
I even bought I got DLC for it where you get his skin from Metal Gear 4.
That's cool.
But then I didn't realize there was a costume you don't have to pay for that you get after beating Chapter 2. And now that's my costume of wearing a poncho and a sombrero the whole time. So, whatever.
I didn't know that game went there. Now I kind of want to jump back into it.
It is silly.
Huh.
Like, it's like, that game, I feel like it's very self-aware of what kind of game it is.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're obviously this isn't a Kojima Productions game, but we're going to use this character and add that platinum flair to it.
Yeah.
So it's just going all out crazy. And yeah, Raiden has some weird trigger in him that makes him like want to kill, but he like constantly fights that, and he goes by Jack the Ripper when he does go into that insane mode.
I did not see any of this. Did you play this game ever?
No.
His voice is very exaggerated.
Yeah, I got that from the beginning of the.
But like the music.
Yeah,
Oh my god, the fucking music! Like it, like it sounds really good, and it has like that new metal like angst to it. But at the same time, you just can't help but just enjoy it. Then during the boss fight is when like the lyrics kick in, and it feels like you're playing an anime all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and it's just, and, you know, the quick time events and everything. I like it.
It's really well done.
But I posted it on Twitter, but like my favorite cutscene in the beginning of Chapter 2, because like you're debriefing what you have to do. You have to like sneak into like this place or whatever, but you're going via sewers. But you're blending in by going into town, driving in a car, and you think your good disguise of blending in as a cyborg ninja is wearing a sombrero and a poncho, and while still, you know, nothing else.
Yeah.
Just your typical cyborg ninja outfit, and your robot dog in the back that you modified, that you destroyed earlier. So now he's your friend that can understand puns.
Sure.
Because that's in the game. And yeah, you go down there and you go in the sewer and you're sneaking through. You actually get a box.
You get to go in it?
Yep.
Like, okay, all right. That sounds
There's
good.
actually a pseudo stealth mission.
Yeah.
But you know, people can catch you and then you have to fight, of course. But yeah, you save some kid. I think his name was Hector or Henry. Maybe I think it started with an H. Unless it was G and it was George.
Oh.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Jorge. Yeah, he makes a Ninja Turtle reference because you're a ninja in the sewers. He does say, he says, "Go ninja, go ninja, go." I'm like, all right,
It's pretty good.
it's this like that cutscene alone. I feel like captures the game well enough without giving too much away if you want to play the rest for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, people who haven't played it and they maybe played Nier, very similar in terms of combat.
Yeah.
And then you just you unlock more skills.
Seems like you get more sword precision in this than Nier.
Yeah, like you'll see like a symbol pop up. I assume it's like a Japanese kanji of some kind, and that's when you go into like left trigger mode and you start cutting it.
Yeah.
Because if you try to do it without it, it's not as impactful. And sometimes you see a button pop up where you can like rip out their spine and regenerate health and your meter for doing all that cool stuff.
Huh.
But yeah, you can puff up, you can upgrade your body, just like enhancements or whatever. You can upgrade your weapons, like the stats on the weapon, and unlock new skills to use said weapon. Like there was one boss fight and I destroyed her, but I took her weapon. So now you can buy that in the shop. I bought it. Some weird spear for the strong attacks, but it's all loose as a whip for weak attacks. It's
Castlevania style.
It's
Bloodborne
really cool.
style.
Yeah, basically, just faster. And
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about it. It's solid ass game.
Yeah.
Still holds up even from. I don't know if it was Xbox One enhanced in any way, but
I don't know.
feels like it doesn't really need to be, because with Platinum usually their games are like 60 frames and it's pretty solid.
So I looked up the development history on it because I thought Kojima was still involved with the game.
He was originally.
Yeah, but he was still responsible for the overall narrative even after he handed it to Platinum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I can see that.
I'm sure Platinum had some like feedback or whatever, but
Yeah.
I think his team is still built with the story.
Yeah, like he has a good way of delivering when it comes to like, especially with cutscenes and all that, and just with writing. So yeah, I can believe that for someone that being like a lot of tongue in cheek moments. But I remember that game had a more serious tone to it when he first showed it off at E3. The whole like
that
watermelon
first one.
cutting and everything was like their way
Yeah.
of like an example. But yeah, like Raiden didn't look the way he did now. He looked more like the Metal Gear 4 version.
I feel like I just remember that game being, I don't know.
But
Something about it just, I never jumped into it.
It seemed like it wasn't a Metal Gear game.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
But I never gave a fuck about Metal Gear either. So I don't know. I don't know why I missed it.
I haven't. Like, I mean, everyone knows I haven't touched really a Metal Gear game. I don't really count this one that much. It's like more spinoff and doesn't really share the same DNA.
Yeah.
But no, like just as a video game, it's really good. Like
Oh, sorry.
No.
Do they talk about like how the enemies are the enemies?
What?
Like right in the very beginning, you do fight Metal Gears.
Talking about the
Like-
motivation behind the character?
They're not talking. Are nanomachines ever mentioned?
Yes.
Or the Patriots?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the fourth game then.
Yeah. The lore is still, it's somehow still tied to all. They make heavy references to the past.
Huh.
And but like I said, even in the very beginning, you're fighting Metal Gears.
Because I looked at that brief synopsis because I was wondering how they maybe did some continuity based on like what I've seen of the game
Mm-hmm.
off of 4. Because 4 as not for Raiden, but like
Yeah.
with the whole Patriots and the nanomachines,
Mhm.
there's a definitive end to that kind of story arc.
Did you
Yeah.
grab it while it was still in gold?
I don't remember. I'll buy it, whatever. It's not going to be something I'm going to play anytime soon.
On Steam, it's like $3 right now.
Oh, wow.
In case anyone's wondering. But yeah. They make tons of references. Like Raiden has his own little like team as you're going through this. Like back at like a base or whatever, and like you have like your doctor, you have like your tech guy, and whoever. Like they're all like corresponding with you about everything.
Sarah and Emmerich.
I don't know. I don't think so. But there was a moment in the very beginning where like he gets his arm cut off and he's like, "Oh, not again!" And I was like, "Oh, okay, it's funny." Ha, a nod. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth checking out if you like those kind of crazy action games. And now I get the whole meme of the Rules of Nature song kicking in. It's like one of the most famous songs in that game. Whenever he's like during a boss fight, like the music's all like heavy metal or whatever, and then at a part it just like it goes like a breakdown. You just hear a guy just screaming, just rules of nature, just like your fighting just coincides with the music. It's really good. It's anime as fuck.
Yeah, I might jump back into that. I was looking for something to play last night, and I was like doing that like kind of sampling on my Xbox, just like
This is where I would cut a TM into your wall.
Yeah.
If I had his sword. That's best
Yeah, that
way.
sounds good. I played a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh.
It's fine.
It's fine. That's it.
Like, it's fine.
Did you choose story mode?
Yeah.
Did the beginning feel like a kid playing with action figures?
a little bit.
Where like they're all just acknowledging each other?
Yeah, it was just like, hey,
Oh, hey,
I'm
Chun-Li.
this guy.
Hey, Mega Man.
I'm Rocket. I'm Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm Captain America. It was a little bit like that. It was fine. The fighting felt good. The combos were pretty easy to jump into, which is nice.
Mhm.
Like you could, I always felt overwhelmed in those games. Like, how do I tag out? What do I do? Do you have to do with? And this was like, no, you just hit right bumper. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I did like that little hot smattering of let me try this, let me try that, but yeah,
I remember that game at first. It did not look pretty.
no, I remember that. Like Chun-Li looked fucking weird and dumb, and yeah,
Then they fixed all that.
yeah. Yeah. Did you play anything else,
That was basically it.
Matt?
Play my own ninja game. Still diving through in Sekiro.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Still diving through Sekiro. I did not, when you watch
It's
10
like-
hours of wrestling plus some travel time. And
Sure.
You don't have a lot of time to play some stuff. But I'm making my way through. I beat both those bosses I said I was stuck on last time.
Nice.
Definitively, to not no fake outs this time. Ran into some other shit. I found a potentially creepy spot.
Ooh.
Some crickets. Some crickets running around now.
Are they like giant crickets?
They're like...
Dog sized?
They're smaller than that. They're probably like shin size.
Like a rabbit? Like a
Yeah,
rabbit-sized
that's
cricket?
probably... Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's called the Abandoned Dungeon. Like, of course, there's gonna be shit in there.
The most vague name, or basic name rather.
It sounds like a weird RPG from the 80s.
There's some cool enemies in there. There's a zombie type enemy, which
Of course.
they remind me a lot of the what are those things that sucked insight in Bloodborne?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because they have a move like that. While there's no insight, it's just straight up your health.
Yeah. I don't know, the brain things. I don't
The brain
remember.
suckers or whatever. Yeah. They have a move that's similar to that, but it's a lot easier to evade. I feel like the grab is not nearly as wide as that stupid.
Fuck that thing. Yeah. Bloodborne's such a good game.
Yeah, I made my way through. The level design is finally starting to open up now a little bit. I think I am at a spot where I can see like the first circle kind of connect, but there is a boss there, and I'm not ready to face him yet. He's one of those boss that gives terror, which is like Frenzy. It's probably similar to Frenzy in this game, so I don't have the tools yet to combat that. But I think that might be where a circle connects. And I'm in the beginning part of the game again. I'm in that area, which is cool.
Because now you're a little bit more... Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess, the way the flow to level design. Yeah. So, that's... the level design is coming back around. And I've been told from folks at work that it's not the first time they'll revisit that area either. So, some cool shit's going to happen.
Have you been time traveling?
I completed that memory... which was one of the boss fights, and I was right. That boss fight is the end of that like memory. I haven't gotten to another spot yet, but that memory, there was a full ass cutscene that played after the boss fight, and you figure out how you got your dragon heritage.
Ah, okay.
So it makes
starts to put it together.
So yeah. The game's still good.
I keep almost starting that game. I told you guys before we started recording, but I will listen to a podcast on the way to work, and people talk about Sekiro, and I'm like, tonight's the night. And then on the way home from work, I'd forget about it and then play something else.
There's something. It's more satisfying than a gun blast that.
The parry.
Yeah. The Miyazaki counter is awesome. Like when someone tries to stab you with a pike. That chop, it's real good.
I thought about it like last night. I was gonna come home and do it, and then I was like, I got home, fed the pups. What the fuck did I cook last night? I don't remember. Before I knew it was 10 o'clock. I was watching Dragon Ball and falling asleep.
I gotta talk about it. I'm sorry. Auto chess. Keep playing that.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I will.
You don't have to play it. You don't have to talk about it.
Another Friday. Another update.
Oh yeah,
they're staying steady on it.
Dude, that was wild. That speed increase, 0.01, Mark.
Oh, when I was out for a happy hour and I was scrolling through Reddit and someone put up the new patch notes and I sent him the patch
Sends
notes.
me the fucking patch notes. I'm like, great, this is what I need. Middle of my goddamn day.
They did some stuff with the UI, which is nice.
Yeah.
Before you had to like tab around to see the different couriers to see what level they were at in the gold, and you actually had to like click on them. Now it's all in that leaderboard.
Oh, that's cool.
So scouting's a lot faster. The only thing you would need to scout around for is to see what heroes they're potentially using. There's some other decent UI things. Like it shows you like on the board, on that leaderboard, like which one of those people this round that you're facing on their board. Which you had to tab around to try to find before, and you had to kind of quickly see like, that's my lineup, that's my heroes, that's my team, that's over there.
Oh wow, that's a lot of paying attention to detail there.
But that attention to detail is what gets you towards a win.
That's true.
So, but yeah, no, scouting's a lot easier. What are you looking at? That's not it.
I know.
But of course you're going to start getting the
Heroes Auto Chess app. It looks shitty. But I was trying to see if there was any news about that.
No, not yet. I was on that website. What's today? It was probably about a week ago because that was like March 30th when I looked at it. I was like, it's late March.
Yeah.
Any news? And it was the same stuff. It was like, link your Steam account. I already did that, so I don't know.
You can't view their site unless I turn my iPad on its side.
But I thought it was super nice that they made some quality of life improvements with this patch, as well as the debuffs and buffs to certain heroes and classes. So,
yeah.
But I also, inside the same client, started playing Dota 2 again.
No.
It's been a while, so I suck again. And I was so bad one game that like people were like not even just typing, chatting, like over mics, just yelling at me. And there was like nothing I could even say to like, because I was just playing terrible. It was my first game back in months.
Because you weren't really even playing before auto chess.
No, not really.
Not like, here and there, but.
Yeah, so I started playing turbo games, and I was like, it's not like I'm playing ranked, right? So that's why I kept saying, like, sorry, it's been a while.
Give me a minute.
Like, this is going to be rough.
Yeah.
And then, like, everyone... So, like, two of the people were like, it's fine. We understand. It's fucking turbo unranked. Whatever.
Yeah.
And this one guy is just, like, bitching and complaining the entire time. And then the other two that were defending me were starting to look at his stats. And you're like, you're not doing good either. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's pretty good.
Sorry,
and then, like,
I've been having I've been lacking helium in my life lately. It's been a rough day.
Don't know if you know, but there's a global shortage.
So yeah, even in the post game, that guy kept going, and they were like, and I was like, where do you want me to play at? Like, what? Do you want me to go in a rank and piss everyone off? Like, this is the best. And like, no, you're fine. Like, because bots can only do some. I'm past bots.
Were you that guy once?
What?
That guy?
No, I'm never. Not Dota. Not in Dota.
In anything else?
Probably NHL.
Just trying to figure out where the karma's coming in, because it had to have happened at some point.
Oh yeah, I mean, NHL. I consider myself a higher tier player. I won't say top tier.
Even if you're playing just a bullshit game, an unranked, whatever, you're gonna lose it on somebody.
Oh yeah, goalie.
I can't.
If a goalie can't fucking goaltend, then what's the point?
You're just having fun, just hanging out.
You can practice against the bots.
He's just sniffing the ice,
All right.
You can practice. You know where you practice at? In shootouts.
I guess.
That's how you practice as a goalie.
I guess. What if you want to play against real people?
Well,
Because the AI, as you say, sucks.
Well, you better learn to play wing fast.
Fuck.
That's about it for me.
Shit.
Not enough time, man. It's all
yeah.
chest.
I too found myself without a ton of time, which is why this list is going to play out the way this list plays out. After the end of last week's recording of the podcast, I beat Sunset Overdrive. I didn't like 100%. There's still like a lot of weird little side missions I can go back and do and stuff. But the third faction in that game is a group of ladies with La Katrina makeup on, and they run a children's hospital in the post-apocalypse, and they hate you. So you go... I love the writing in the game, because you get there and you're like, hey, you're a faction of people. You must be the third... You don't literally say that, but like, you're like, hey, what can I do? And they're like, you can fuck off. It's like, no, but okay, well, what can I do for you? Because this is what I do. I meet people, they don't like me, and I do stuff for them, and then they like me, and you guys give me stuff to do. Like, it's very, like, fourth wall breaking, kind of whatever. It's just dumb. But the cool thing is, once you unlock that faction, you start working for them, you also unlock the ability to paint your face in the same way.
Oh.
So I got some dope-ass makeup on. I was running around the town, fucking shit up.
Still in the same costume I saw you in?
No, I got... I don't remember what I had. I got rid of the bum's jacket, though, and the bikini bottoms. I was running around something else. I don't remember.
What's that face for?
No, you talking about that made me reminded me that I did play 2 other games, but it's not.
I mean,
Keep going.
we also played Halo 3, and we finished the fight.
We did finish that fight.
Yeah. Was that 2 of the games? 1 of the 2 you were talking about?
Nope.
Oh, what were the other 2?
I beat Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
I forgot I forgot that when I talked to you about it, I forgot it wasn't on air. But I was like, yeah, it was all text message, idiot. I'm like, oh yeah.
It happens. Yeah.
No, yeah, I liked it. I didn't know there was 2 timelines.
Yeah, depending on.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no. I did the one.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I picked Wyatt over Fergus.
I think I did too the first time.
Because it just seemed like that's what they kind of wanted you to do. Even though I like Fergus as a character more, but it just made more sense, I guess, to pick Wyatt because hopefully his character develops better because of that whole decision. I don't know. I know that Fergus plays a big part in the Old Blood prequel, So I figured that's his spotlight. That's his time. We're the old blood.
I don't even remember the differences at this point. And I don't remember
It's
how it
minor.
affects.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's very minor.
It is, and even in the second one,
Gameplay wise, though, does make a difference.
Oh,
If
right.
you pick
'cause
Fergus, you get health upgrades, so you can carry more health permanently without overcharging, and you are hot wiring things instead of lock picking. So Wyatt, you're lock picking, and you find armor upgrades, but it doesn't increase how much armor you can carry. It just increases the drop rate.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Fergus has the better path, but I picked Wyatt. And then played Rage for like a hot minute, and that's hot shit, and stopped.
There it is.
Like, if you thought Borderlands was bad,
And I do.
I would say this is worse.
Because there's no dancing.
Well, yeah, you gotta have that.
I mean, you had the only redeeming quality is John Goodman.
Fuck, you got me fucked up now.
Hold on. But Churches is in Mirror's Edge Catalyst
Yeah.
in that jukebox, and you said that's a piece of shit. So I think this is like a similar.
Wait, the game is a piece of shit?
Yeah, the game. Yeah.
No,
It wasn't great, but that had a good song in it.
Yeah, but like
I
it's
know,
probably the same exact comparison. This has John Goodman, but bad game.
I know,
Yeah, that's
I know a
fair.
lot of games make you do fetch quests,
Mm.
and some do it to where it's not annoying
Not
as
this
much,
one.
and some do it to where how do these people even fucking function before you? Like, go to this little bandit hideout that you just cleared out a minute ago. Go back to it
Pick up a thing.
to
bring it
get
back.
another thing.
Yeah, I don't-
And then
yeah.
bring it, and it's like, oh, you have these parts, but we'll go talk to this person in this faction. But like, what was Sunset Overdrive doing this? We're like, so this faction wants this stuff. Yeah, well, go do this for me, and then I'll give you the stuff from our faction to give to that faction.
It wasn't that like that specific string of things. No, there are Sunset Overdrive. I think playing it post your Breath of the Wild, your Assassin's Creed Origins era, where like we've got a new realm of open world games. I think it's you kind of have to fall back in that old mindset of like, right? There's it is checklist.
Yeah.
So you have to be okay with that, which I just kind of accepted it at a point and got to the point where I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all this. I'm going to do as much as I kind of want to. And then, like right now, I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, oh, yeah, I beat that like a week ago and I haven't touched it. Should I jump back in? And I was like, I'm good.
But like, they do this very Bethesda thing, wherever you talk to an NPC, and they just gotta stand there and just block your way and just waste your fucking time.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it's like, well, you want to go do this? Well, accept this. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll move out of the way for you now so you can leave.
I was more interested in that game as like a tech thing, just because every time that
What, Sunset?
no, Rage. Like the id Tech stuff is always fascinating. That's all.
What tech?
The engine. I'm not saying it ended up being good.
I seriously, like, that game lacks anything. It's like an empty husk of like a game.
It's disappointing.
And then the factions that you're going in between are just to hop, skip, and a jump between each other. I don't know why I need a mini map giving me a trail and a
it
four-wheeler
sucks.
that I can't even really ride anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love the physics on a four-wheeler. As soon as you pump the brakes, you immediately stop.
Huh.
And if you run into anything, your guy flies rag style, trial style, and then you get respawned back on your...
On the bike?
Yeah, it makes it look like it's a game over, but...
It's not.
Oh, you respawn on the bike? You don't like have to get up and go back to it?
No, because like I hit like a block where you're not supposed to ride a four-wheeler into,
Uh,
and he just goes...
Oh,
"Ah!"
got
And
it.
then it fades to black, and then it comes back to you on the four-wheeler.
That's cool.
That's right. Paint it purple. Have Andrew WK
Done.
write a
Yeah,
song. When
you
I
got a
write a
fucking
song, just
game.
play a song, and
No, if anything, this will make me love Rage 2 so much
much more.
more, because I've heard all the improvements.
I will tell you if that partnership is more like, hey, here's our shooting tech from Doom, and Avalanche is in charge of
The world building and the...
maybe not necessarily the world building, but maybe they were stuck with Mad Max because Mad
Sure.
Max's world, it felt empty. But I
And-
think that's Mad
and-
Max more than anything.
Sure.
And they did Just Cause 4. But I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their love
I think it
wasn't
was-
put into that.
I think it's two different studios. I might be wrong.
Oh,
Like
my-
within because they have a couple different...
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But it seems like all their A game got put into Rage 2.
Sure.
But yeah, if they can take control of the drive-in and the drive-in combat, and they can evolve it off of Mad Max, At least the gameplay is going to be there. Can't say much for the story in the world, but
as long as
it'll be fun to play.
As long as the bandits all don't have the same voice actor and just same like British accent.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is that in video games that accent annoys me because they like overdo it.
Yeah, it seems like it's someone playing.
Like, it doesn't sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound
not.
authentic.
Yeah.
It's like a bad like characterization of it. Sorry. Anyway,
Konami made another video game.
The Pachinko?
Close.
Oh yeah, I did.
Picross.
I did dabble a little bit of it.
I think it's called Konami Pixel Puzzle. You can get it on iOS and maybe others, but I was playing it on my iPad mostly. It's Picross, which if you've played Picross on any Nintendo platform in the last 30 years, it's that. You're filling in a grid of squares based on numbers that are on the side to form a picture. But it's all with Konami franchises and music, and it's free, except there's a lot of ads that remind you that sometimes Konami makes games, but it's all Konami game ads. It's not, hey, fucking move the Final Fantasy 15 character 4 inches
oh my God.
higher.
That dumb tower defense thing?
God, yeah. None of that. It's not that at all. It's like, hey, we made a soccer game. You guys should buy it. All right, play this.
Yeah, I like that they're not videos.
Yeah, it's just, and you can click X really quickly and jump back in. It's cool, though. Like, they've got a lot, except for Metal Gear. They've got basically every other Konami franchise represented here. And I don't know how far you got, Mark, dicking around with it, but
not too far.
You get boss fights, which are these big ass. It's just a huge grid. Instead of it being a 5x5 or a 10x10, it's like a 15x15. Are the boss fights?
I mean, I know you unlock the other ones.
So yeah,
as you like get more percentage.
Yep, exactly.
I stopped at like 3%.
I forget when I unlock. I think bosses are like 5% or something. Mm-hmm. You unlock them, and then it's a countdown timer. So every 3 hours, you can do a new boss fight. They're really cool though, and you're putting together like a bigger picture for the boss fight rather than just being like a little item or something like that you're like filling out. It's a section. It reminds me of doing the old tips and tricks puzzles.
Yeah,
the way it assembles it, except you're not doing the cool actual puzzle piece of it. But.
Yeah.
And then while I was on my iPad, I also picked up Cultist Simulator, which I think you played as well.
I did play a little bit of it. Yes, I did.
So this game I remember seeing on Steam at some point in like the discovery queue or something, and added it to my wish list and forgot about it. But I get an email once a month that says an item on your wish list is on sale, and it's that. And I never buy it. And I kept seeing it recently and thinking like, man, I want to play this game. It looks weird and cool and don't know. And then I don't know why, but for some reason it popped up recently. And then I looked again and it just happened to be released on iOS this week. And it was on a launch sale of $5. So it's a roguelike with permadeath, but it's a card game. And the purpose of the card game is to run a cult, to build a cult, to grow it, to recruit people and be a cult leader. I don't know the end game. I don't know like that. I haven't gotten there yet. I've done a few rounds of it. It's weird as fuck, and it moves really quickly.
Do you like make your own cult, or is it like based on?
It depends. Well, I don't even.
Yeah, that's a good question.
like you know how like those game dev tycoon games or whatever, where you can name your cult.
Sure.
You can probably like pick up maybe pick a wacky symbol.
You're not naming the cult. Okay. You're given a card. You're given a bunch of cards, and in terms of the.
You should look at the board.
Yeah,
that would give you a better sense of how this game plays.
It's weird.
I don't know what you're trying to explain.
I don't even know.
So it's like it's
weird.
not a card game against anyone. It's a card game yourself. It's kind of like you're playing like a game of solitaire, and it's kind of like, I don't know. You just get these cards, and they all have different purposes, and there's different types of cards, but there's different jobs, and that's where kind of like the speed of the game comes in. So what's nice about the game, which I don't know why you still don't use it, but
no, I started to. After you and I had that conversation, I started pressing pause.
There's a fast forward, a regular speed, like regular play speed, and then pause. But you put these cards into these different things. Like you can dream about a card. And
so what are the main things? Sorry to cut you off, but you've got like dream,
work, explore, meet,
talk. Or is that
Is that meat? I think that's meat, or
Yeah.
it might be talk, but it's one of those two. And there's another one. I feel like I'm forgetting it.
There's more you even get because I got a little bit further in the what felt like the progression of the game, and you unlock a couple other kind of actions you do, and you move your card onto an action. So, like Matt said, for dreaming, you could dream about
Reasoning,
and
then that will get you maybe like
more reasoning.
Yeah, like that reasoning card back. That's exhausted,
Yeah.
but will like respawn for you in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you get another resource or another. Maybe another like task to start pursuing because you dreamt about this thing. Now you have a new path to go down. It's like a weird RPG that you play by yourself. That is, if you don't do the right things, like most times I've died because of health. Because it took me like 3 games to learn how I was dying. You know what I mean? Like
Dread is my thing. I keep dying to dread.
Yeah.
I can't.
I forget what I do with my dread, but yeah.
You have to get contentment cards.
Yeah.
And I forget how to spawn them. Now I've only played 2 rounds of this, but I feel
Yeah.
like I did well for how obtuse this game is the first time.
Because they don't tell you shit. I guess you can explore.
Did you
it?
flip the board at all?
What?
Did you ever see like this tree?
No. What are you talking about?
There.
Is it something it forces you to do, or you just happen to move your?
No. It forces you into it.
Huh.
But it's when you start getting into like your fucking caught shit.
See, it's fucked me. I didn't know how I was dying, like the health mechanic, and I got my first member. I was like in the process. The timer was going, and then it popped up, and it was like, "Hey, you need to do this. Or you're gonna die in 30 seconds." And I was like, "Oh shit. Okay, let me get." And I know how to get more health. I know but I had none of the cards or resources to do it. So I was like, "Ah, fuck."
The first time I died was because I ran out of gold.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a card to work, so I wasn't earning any gold. But yeah, and that's the other thing. So, that's like the other one, I guess. But it auto triggers. There's one that's kind of like, hey, you have to give a gold to keep living for your feed yourself. I forget how they say it, but it's essentially it's like feed yourself, pay your rent or whatever. And then there's these other ones that pop up. So depending on what you do, you may spawn a card. And a good example is like notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
And then like randomly, or you might do an event or something that causes it, but there might be a spawn, like a work mechanic spawn that says, or that looks specifically for a notoriety card like in your deck. If you have it, it will take it, and then like your caught will start to become more popular, but for the wrong reasons. Like a detective or someone might try to stop you.
Right.
If you don't have a notoriety card and that 30 seconds comes and goes, like you're clear, like you did good. You were keeping it on the down low. And there's other stuff like that, like evidence. You can spawn evidence and then detective.
So the detective, when he comes, you can talk to him.
Yeah.
And there's a card you can add to it. And I was like, what happens if I show him the evidence? Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, you're running a caught. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Game over. I was like, all right, fuck.
I think there was one. It was even, I don't know if it was Dread or it was something else, but it was like the work thing. It even said like up at top when I was like, are you sure like you want to do this? Like, think about it. Do you want to dream about this? Like, nothing good is going to come from this.
It's cool. It's a really weird, cool game.
I started getting some success when I kept exploring. I don't know if you found like a bookstore.
Oh yeah. You get a book and you can get some of the books you can read, but sometimes like it's in Latin, so you have to get. I had a card of someone who could translate Latin for me or something.
Oh yeah, if you kind of keep going to there, you keep finding books, and if you keep. Oh, I guess Examine's the fifth one we keep.
Examine, yeah.
If you keep examining these books, you get other things off of it. And then I think if you dream on some of this shit you're getting on the books, that's when the weird thing happens where you see this tree of like... Because when you put like one of those cards into the dream section, other like slots open up to put more cards in. If you put in the right thing, you'll trigger this thing where like you're actually in like another plane and you can get another card. Which that's when I was like, what? I don't know. There's too much. I finally got the reason thing figured out, but now I'm lost again.
It's really cool, man. It's really cool. I don't know if it's still $5 or not by the time you're hearing this, but if it is, you should. Even if it's not, you should buy it. It's cool. Are you playing on an iPad or phone?
I was playing on an iPad.
I'm curious how it would work on a phone because I've been
playing
on
an iPad. Also.
It's a lot going on. Like it was a lot even sometimes playing on a big iPad.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. I think that's the next step, and that's nice. Like all you are is just like this giant like table. I'll put that in air quotes.
Yeah.
It's just a giant like rectangle. But you can move your cards around in these work actions. You can kind of like,
Yeah, I see.
if you become more efficient, I guess
Yeah.
you can start to make stations or whatever. Like I want to
Yeah,
start
I got to-
experimenting with.
Same
Since
thing.
I started to lose cards at the bottom.
Yep.
And there's some things that stack, and there's some things that if they're on timers, they don't stack, so they're just kind of taking up space for no reason at all.
Yes.
So it's intense. It's obtuse. You weren't wrong about that when you texted me about
Yeah.
it that morning. But I can see that.
Oh
happening.
my God,
I
is
can
that real?
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It like this looks interesting, but also very overwhelming for my tastes.
I think that's super late end game stuff, though.
It has to be, but still, that's a lot. As soon as I started getting into it, I was like, I think Matt would
like
like
you have to
this.
keep a track of all that. I have a problem with RTSs already.
I can see how you could gradually build up to that because you would kind of know. That gives me a good way to organize my cards, though. I tell you why, because I didn't think about that.
But that
before.
red and yellow, like you were seeing,
That's
I
just
think-
health and money
some of that
I mean,
shit
that
is
was- that
stuff
was a
you're
little
grabbing
weird.
from underneath.
grabbing from this like weird looking plane tree thing.
Huh.
And then you can start using that for those rituals. Have you ever gotten to a point where like you can see like of the ritual, like the 5
mapses?
cards? Like you need a follower, an
Oh
advocate.
yeah.
Like you can start using those cards, I think, for rituals.
Okay, because I had like 3 or 2 of the cards that I needed for one of those, but not everything, and I was like,
Yeah, like I was all like I got closer because
Yeah.
I got there. That.
Yeah.
Have you seen? You have not seen that.
no, that's cool looking. That's really cool.
Apparently, it's called the Mapsis.
Guess what?
Huh.
It gives you like a choice of like cards or whatever,
Huh.
and you can't see the cards until you pick it, and it's just it still doesn't make any sense.
It's really cool. Cultist Simulator. It's out on a lot of platforms, but most recently on iOS, which is where I've been playing it. And then I played. You can put this up on the board. The World Next Door, which might be a game that Marc played on a plane on his ride out west. The World Next Door is a visual novel with gem matching puzzles. So the world next door takes place
What is this
between.
Hotline Miami bullshit?
It's not though. Like it's the art has those similar
Bullshit.
masks and yeah. So there's 2
Not
worlds.
bullshit. You know what
I
I
know.
mean.
I know.
There's Earth where we live, and there's Emrys, which is basically a mirror version of our world, but where we have technology and humans, they have magic people and magic. So there are shrines in their world, which are the equivalent of our world's power plants, right? There's a lot of that. There's a lot of stuff where they talk about how easy it is to use magic to do stuff and how reliant we are on magic to get things done. And it's almost like a commentary on, or you could say the same things about what we do for technology in our own world. So it kind of mirrors our world in that way. You play as June, who is a human from Earth who wins the lottery and gets a chance to go visit the world of Emrys in the magic world. The game takes place kind of toward the tail end of her visit to that. Is where it opens up. And you get lost partying with your magic friends, and you don't make it back to the portal in time, and the portal closes, and now you're trapped. But humans don't do well trapped in Emrys. Many who have been there die. And the worry is that she will die if she doesn't get back to Earth. So the whole game is you trying to open the portal back up to get back to Earth before you die. The gem matching piece comes in. So you have to go to these shrines underground, and in order to unlock or defeat the boss or defeat enemies or whatever, it's this is me doing rough math, like a 10 by 10 grid maybe, but it's also like the grids might not be a grid necessarily. It might just be like a collection of squares that aren't a perfect square.
6x8.
They change though. Like some of them are
Oh, you're right.
weird shapes. Some of them have paths that are blocked off that you can't just like cleanly run across. But there's like 5 or 6 different rune types. So there's a red one, a purple one, a green one, a yellow one, a blue one, and a white one. And you have to get them in combinations of 3 and then press A to attack. So if you have, say you have the like 2 yellows next to each other and another yellow in the bottom corner, you run to it, you press Y, and you run up to where you want to move it to and press Y again, and it'll swap those tiles. She kind of like pulls a tether across and then swaps the tiles. And when you activate it, it will attack the nearest enemy. So yellow will shock the enemy. So not only will it do damage, but it'll also leave them
Elemental.
it'll leave them paralyzed for a moment and stuck, so that you can then follow up with another attack or escape their attack or something like that. Red is a fireball. Purple is this kind of slow-moving paralysis ball you throw at them. Different things like that. I will say the game is really heavy on the visual novel stuff in the first 15 minutes. Like, I think trying to naturally read the screen and progress through it to the point where I got to my first actual bit of combat took about 15 minutes. And it's a slow 15 because you're like, these characters all know each other, but you don't know those characters, and they're talking to each other as if they know each other, and that's great, but I don't know who they are, and it was a little overwhelming. Once it gets going and you're doing the puzzles more, you feel a little bit more invested, and the world seems a little fucked up and weird. And
No, I mean, well, with that though, I would argue that Oxenfree is the same way, but
Oxenfree did a better job of integrating you, the player, into it, where this kind of felt like...
Okay.
Also, you have no... In Oxenfree, you were at least moving, I think, at the beginning of that game. Like, you weren't doing much, but you had some sort of natural control. This is literally just a visual novel for the first 15 minutes. And it's a visual novel where choice seemingly doesn't matter. Like, you have dialogue choices, but they're just like, yeah, that sounds great. Or, I don't know, maybe. Or, no, I don't think so. And you just get different options, but I don't see any consequence of those actions one way or the other, so. But it's cool. I like the character art's really neat. And the world design, like, I love the way the game is kind of put together, and I love the world they built. I do like the puzzle system. I like the actual combat piece of it. The visual novel stuff, I'm like half in, but it's...
Is it hard?
No.
No.
I can feel it getting there, for sure. I can feel it getting, like, the first... I've done, like... I did one shrine incomplete with a boss battle and everything. The boss battle was kind of challenging and fun, but... it's...
Because I'm getting Catherine vibes. Not, of course, not that kind of story, but...
It might be, maybe.
Where, like, Catherine's very heavy on the narrative, and you just play out those dream sequences, but those dream sequences are puzzles.
It might be.
But are extremely fucking difficult.
It's not difficult like I heard Catherine is difficult. But I haven't gotten too far into it.
But then again, like... I don't know. Night 3 was when I started getting, like, hard. Because it was trying to teach you mechanics. It wasn't trying to, like, bury you yet.
Yeah.
But it eventually got there.
This does have a cool thing where, like, you can assign different shapes to people in your party. And if you put runes in that shape, then that party member will do a specific attack. I've only unlocked one of them so far, but that's a cool other way to kind of counter.
System, yeah.
So that is it for me for the week. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we got a little bit of news, not a lot, but stay tuned. Welcome back for the news that you care about, or maybe the news that you don't care about, but it's the news that we care about, and that's why we're talking about it. Not a lot happened this week, but some stuff did. That's the moral of this story. PlayStation Store cancellation policy got updated. You can now get a refund for your video games if you buy them on PlayStation, as long as you don't download them. And it's within 14 days. So if you pre-order something and it does that automatic download, you're fucked. But if you don't do the automatic download and you pre-order something and it turns out to be a shit game, like games can do, or
Anthem,
or sure, you can cancel it within 14 days of your purchase, which is good.
As long as you don't download it.
As long as you don't download it.
So as long as you don't play it.
Download it. You can't.
How can you play without downloading?
Well, you can't. I'm saying you can't even, like, download it and then not play it. You can't even download it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just no way of playing the game and refunding it.
Yeah.
Steam, I think, is the only one that's done that.
Yes.
what if
But this is better than before. This is, before, like, you would be, like, when they announced The Last of Us 2, you could pre-order it that day. You could spend $60 on that game, and that game's been in development for years. Death Stranding, I think you can pre-order. I might be wrong about both of those, but there have been games that are like first-party Sony that you could spend money on, and they've not come out yet. But yeah, this says if you have started to download the main part of the order, you will not be able to request a refund. Please be aware that downloads will happen automatically if automatic downloads are enabled in your system settings. To turn them off, do this.
Oh well,
etc.
that's only like $10 if you can't download the order.
Huh?
The way you said that, it sounded like downloading the order 1886.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Which you should download that game. That's a fine game. It
Sure.
is worth one playthrough.
You can, however, cancel Plus Now or Spotify Premium within 14 days, even if you've started using it.
WoW over here dealt with that a year ago.
You did?
Yeah, I had a Renew Plus. It expired. I bought it. On the website, it said error. Transaction didn't go through. I was like, oh, okay. So we did it again. And it went through. I think it was like less than 24 hours later, I looked and realized I had Plus for 2 years, and I spent $120
there you go.
instead of $60. And then I contacted them, and they're like, well, we can't send the money back to your account. We can credit you 60 PlayStation
Yeah, it sucks.
money. I'm like,
It's such a GameStop thing to say.
I was like, as much as I wanted the $60 in my account at the time, I was like, yeah, it's not like it's not gonna go to waste.
Yeah, it's
not
true.
like it's gonna go to waste. So, fuck.
Yeah.
I remember that week. Oh, that was bad.
Jackbox Party Pack 6 was announced last weekend at PAX. The first game shown off, Trivia Murder Party 2.
I don't mind that one.
I don't mind it.
It's not my go-to, but if we're in that pack, I'm gonna play something a little bit different.
Yeah. Party Pack 6 will be out this fall. On presumably, you can get that game on a fucking Comcast set-top box. Like, you can get Jackbox on anything at this point.
Is that the only game they showed off?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was really just a tease at that. They gave some cryptic codename teaser words for other games, but it's like I already closed the article, but it was like frog legs or some shit like that. Hold on.
Frogger. We're getting Frogger.
Here's the cryptic hints. Keys, mirrors, wigs, swords, daddy issues, fun.
Fun.
Which just sounds
Fun?
like
Really?
if I had to describe Marc's Twitter account in like 6 words.
Oh my god. Frog Fractions 3.
Yeah. Konami renames its New York office, seemingly reminding us again that I don't know what is happening with. Is it like a slow resurgence? Is it we're testing the waters? I don't know, but maybe Konami's coming back.
Maybe they do enough things, like enough news stories, they can bury, like whenever you Google or Bing or whatever, Konami, all the bad shit would get buried by just putting out these bullshit articles.
I just want a new Castlevania game. The collection is
Mobile
good. It's a
one,
good
man.
start. I would like the mobile one at this point. That beta came out and it's been a year
You
since
got
that.
One of the Belmonts, I think, in Bomberman. So there you go. Just pretend that's Castlevania.
I can pretend that Splatoon is getting its final weapon update because it just did. We heard last week about the next Splatfest coming out, but we also got, as of this past Tuesday, April 2nd, version 4.6.0 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 new weapons. And it's the final update of weapons added to the game. They're all really cool looking. My favorite, though, is they did the End Zapper, but a Famicom version of it. With different sub and supers.
I was saying these are all technically not new in terms of design.
That's correct. They're just modified versions of things you already like. It's a new thing of dualies. It's a new Gatling gun or Splatling gun, those types of things. But for example, the one I logged in and tried out the new End Zapper. It comes with the Ink Storm super, and then your regular throwable thing is the Sprinkler, which there hasn't been an End Zapper with that combo of sub weapon and super weapon
It can't be mixed out. It's stuck to the weapon.
Right. So
for
that was
balance
it was cool
purposes.
because you get what you want out of that speed and the way that gun feels with new. I was doing really well with that game. I don't know if I was getting matched up with.
I see what's coming to Splatoon 3.
Huh.
Better customization.
I think that's for balance purposes. They're doing like
Yeah,
that.
I wonder.
Because there's like some things that when I was deep into Splatoon, I feel like, oh, if I could only put this with this,
You'd be all
yeah.
powerful. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I want out of Splatoon 3, but I played.
Oh, I could think of one immediately.
Huh.
better matchmaking.
Oh.
Got
I've
it.
never had a problem with matchmaking.
That's because you play
Fuck
by
you.
yourself.
What part are you talking about?
I'm talking about friends list.
Oh,
actually
yeah, that
partying
part.
up together.
All right, yeah, that part, yes. I thought you meant just
making
like
your friends matter on Switch. Maybe taking the voice chat onto the game.
I
or all these things. I don't know. Just to
you
start.
meant just connecting with other players.
Maybe you don't need an
Oh, no, that happens
Nintendo
pretty
Online
quick.
subscription.
No, it's 2019. You're paying for online.
Guess I'm staying at the Epic Game Store then.
What are you talking about? You got the Twitch Prime thing.
I know.
Yeah.
But still, the fact I had to wait for a Twitch Prime thing to own this shit.
Hey,
You didn't. You could have spent $20
No,
a
I don't
year
want to
ago.
spend money.
Part 3. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Oh, I played Splatoon 1 last night.
Why?
Not.
There's
Why
so
not?
many
is the
reasons
question.
why you shouldn't play that again.
I turned on my Wii U.
Mine's more
as
out of
you-
curiosity, not out of negativity.
Problem one.
As you do. No, I turned on my Wii U. I wanted to play Wind Waker, and I did.
A more acceptable game to play.
But I was in the middle of a dungeon and forgot what I was doing, so I was
Oh,
like,
I know that
I'm gonna go back to the main menu now. And I did that, and I looked at Mario Maker, and I was like, do I want to get
No, just
into
wait.
this right now?
No, hold off.
Well,
It makes June that much more satisfying.
I was gonna make a video. I was gonna record a nightmare video, or make a nightmare level, and then record a video of one of you guys having to play it. But I ended up instead tapping on the Splatoon logo and opening it up and going, what is this all about? And I was like, wow, it's so weird. It feels like, no, the Game Pass good.
No, we gotta
Obviously.
use the gyroscope to aim,
Do
don't
people
you?
still
No.
play it?
You don't have to.
Oh, I thought it was locked to that.
Oh, no. I turned it off immediately when I played it.
Why did I think the first one had?
don't
I
think
know it
was
had
locked.
it, but
It had it, but I don't think it was locked.
What was locked is that you had to use the gamepad, I think, for like
Yeah,
the
well, that was
map.
your map. Like that was fine. Like that's
But there was there were times where I really just wanted to play with a pro controller.
yeah,
And
but not a Fisher Price toy.
Do people still play the first one?
So I didn't actually get into a match because it timed out, and I wasn't sure if it was because my Wii U wasn't connected to Wi-Fi or
No, I'm
what.
pretty sure it just doesn't.
I mean, the servers might be turned off.
I can't imagine they are. I don't know. Either way, I ran around the lobby. I tried to look at people's drawings, but realized that Miiverse got turned off.
Oh yeah.
So
The magic's gone.
Maybe they should bring Miiverse back when there's Switch Online.
Dude,
That
that'd
would be
so
something worth-
good.
Miitomo.
Ah, bring it all back.
Mark can maybe get his money back.
There you go.
Yeah, all $500.
And all the nightmares that me and Joe saw
Witnessed?
when
You call it nightmares, I call it art. I did jump into Splatoon 2, though.
don't say it was tasteful.
It was tasteful.
He's not wrong. I did jump into Splatoon 2, though, and I got I picked up all the weird new gear that they gave out. The
I should
spring
play
gear.
that again.
Yeah, you should.
I should play that again. I should also play Smash again. Now that I can play that online.
You should do both of those things.
Get good with Incineroar.
You might want to do it quick before April 25th because you might be playing Persona on your Switch.
Mm.
If this website has anything to say. P5s.jp was a registered domain by Atlas that we've now seen updated to say one more information 425 Thursday. Don't know what that is. But maybe it's Persona 5 on Switch. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
With that character coming to Smash.
That would make a lot of sense. And then, kind of tangentially related to that, Wario 64 held his own Nintendo Direct this week. Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I forgot about this.
this, Look, if you are not familiar with what we're about to talk about by now, then remember, grain of salt, grain of salt, grain of salt. How?
Unless it's Jason Schreier.
Right, which he didn't corroborate any of this stuff yet. So, I think it was like April 2nd or 3rd. I'm trying to scroll back through his timeline right now and find it, but oh my god, he tweets a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. Good luck.
At some point during the week, Wario64 got a hold of some internal Best Buy listings for upcoming games on the Nintendo Switch. Those games were and are, or I guess were because they're pulled down from the internal listings at this point. Metroid Prime Trilogy for Switch.
That one's been in the rumor mill for a while.
Yep. Persona 5 for Nintendo Switch.
As expected.
And Legend of Zelda Link to the Past for Nintendo Switch.
Hold on.
Yes.
Are you sure this wasn't like a mistake for Link's Awakening?
It
For any
says here
reason?
that Link's Awakening is already on Best Buy system, so it's not a mistake.
Well, shit.
I don't know.
I still don't know what this means.
Me neither.
If I'm to correlate, the only thing I could think of was when Monolith put up that little ad for like, hey, we're hiring people for the next Zelda game. I don't know if that's related.
This could be so many things. This
Yeah.
could be legitimately,
The original.
well, it could be legitimately that Best Buy got a sheet handed to them and said, hey, update the list. You got to update the list with these things. And they're just, someone on the back end is updating their catalog and manually entering these items. And we get these things. It could be that someone was like, hey, make sure you add Zelda to the thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. What's a Zelda? And they type it in, a Link to the Past is the first thing that comes up. So they punch. I don't know. I don't know. Or it could be a full-ass Link to the Past remake into the Breath of the Wild engine. I don't know.
I just
That'd be
unless they
something.
did that like that. Like I can't see them doing 2 top-down games revamped. Having 2 like
No.
I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Like
Sure.
but
Well-
like I just see it's weird to have 2 studios doing
Well,
that kind of work.
last time that happened, Capcom
Sure.
did Oracle of Seasons and Ages. Those are 2 completely different games. Like, even the map.
Unless they did the other, here's another universe where
But like remakes though. Like they were new games
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
they could
They both use the same assets, too.
they could remake all of A Link to the Past in the same engine and announce it as like a post-release for Link's Awakening thing, because technically Link's Awakening was developed as Link to the Past for Game Boy, and it
They
just
could do
spun into
that.
it. So I don't, or it could just be some fucking dumb thing that happened that whoops.
Like I don't even think you saying trilogy. I don't even think that's that big of a deal. That could have been something that Nintendo, when they thought Metroid Prime was closer than they thought, could have been like, all right, Best Buy, get your stuff ready. We're about to announce this.
Sure.
And it's just been lingering since because no one told them to take it down. And then Persona 5, I think. I don't know. I mean, when you announce a Persona 5 character come to Smash, it's all but obvious, right?
Yeah.
That at least some kind of Personas come in.
It's just a weird, I don't know.
I
Not
just,
sure.
well, it better be a full-fledged remake because what a kick in the ass to any Nintendo Online subscriber if you would have to rebuy the original to
Well, that's
play
the thing too, is why would they spin out just one? I feel like we're going to get SNES.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's both. Maybe it's like, if you don't have the subscription, you can get this separately.
Sure.
Or if you had a subscription, here you go. You have it for cheaper and more convenient, but you paid for it online.
But why set that precedent? Like
Yeah,
they've
I
done
feel like
such
it's
a
weird.
they've gone out of their way to make sure they let everyone know there
It's
is
the
no
same
virtual
reason-
console on this Switch. There is nothing traditional that
Well,
you've
it's not
come to
virtual
expect.
console.
That's what I'm saying. But then by doing that, you're kind of setting up the precedent that there is.
I just
I mean,
hate
they
that-
want to do that, good for them, but it just muddies that whole messaging that you just described.
Right,
Jim.
like I've been beaten down at this point by Reggie.
like, yes and no. Yes, I agree, but no, because it's just another game that you can sell digitally and physically.
Which I would love if they just did that, but they've just spent 2 years telling us, go fuck yourself, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then for it to suddenly happen, it's like, all right, wait, what are you doing now? Because I'm fine either way, just give me a fucking answer, you know?
The first thing I always think of when I see that listing and is something similar to like Four Sword Adventures, where it's all like higher res textures and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a prettier like revamp, kind of like how like what Street Fighter 2 did with their HD remix. Like
Yeah.
I think something like that as well, but that also seems like a very quick way to poop out something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look if they want to remake Link in the Past. Be my guest. Like that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
And that's
I just find it weird that we're remaking 2 Zelda games in a similar style.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
No,
same.
yeah, I agree. But like it's weird because we don't know for sure what it is. It could be a placeholder name. It could be
Yeah.
Some schmuck that try to get you to buy an Xbox, type it into the database.
Yeah, exactly. One of those
it
kids.
could be just a straight up port or a remake because they don't title things as a remake.
Yeah, I mean,
Link's
you're
Awakening
right.
is just Link's Awakening.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the last piece of Nintendo news: Super Mario Odyssey and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild are getting VR support via Nintendo Labo Toy-Con VR.
No.
Wow.
I got mine pre-ordered.
This is one of those moments where Nintendo does something cool in theory and then realistically it's a piece of shit.
I just
I'm excited.
That's me being really harsh.
everyone says that PlayStation VR is underpowered. What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know.
like?
Look, so when this VR thing got announced, or you know what, even before that, when Ben said to us like a year ago, they should do a fucking Switch VR, I was like, I could fuck with that. Like if I have the one thing that I'm already using, I can just continue. It seemed like a neat idea. I knew it wasn't going to be, obviously it's not going to be fucking Oculus level stuff or whatever. But I was like, this is cool. And then when it got announced this year, I was like, oh, cool. They're going to make dumb little games and it'll be fun. And that seems cool. I'm in. Especially when the announcement of VR said it was going to be a $40 starter kit and $80 full kit with the swan's asshole you can look in, the elephant nose you can wear. I was like, I don't need all that shit. Starter kit for $40 isn't bad though. Just to fuck around with it. That seems cool to me. And I was going to buy it anyway. And then the Zelda and Mario stuff popped and I was like, that's so stupid. So dumb. Like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's ride this to the bottom. The Mario stuff seems like it's extra levels designed specifically for this, which gave me a, I mean, I don't know the quality or whatever of either, but Super Lucky's Tale, when that was first brought out on Oculus, like it was the first example of people seeing a 3D platformer in VR, and the idea that you're kind of able to look down over that world seems weird and whatever. And then Breath of the Wild is just Breath of the Wild. It's just, there's nothing different. You're just playing the game.
They don't explain it. All they say is it has a full VR mode, but it's like it just looks like you're just rotating a
Then
camera.
again, this is also a leak. Like,
No, that was real.
oh wait,
no,
what?
it's a straight up video.
No, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Never mind. I give up on life.
But my problem is like
I'm sorry.
You're
I didn't even know that came. I didn't even see that. Where did I pop up at?
I don't know. I never put it in Slack. I'm sorry.
No, I must have just straight up missed that this week. Oh shit, that's weird.
But they still like
Oh, now this is really weird. Oh god, it's all sinking in.
like it shows
Yeah.
like, hey, turn on VR mode. You don't have to start a new game, but it's like I still don't know what this means. I don't know what I'm doing other than
Yeah.
just looking around. But what, holding it like a viewfinder the whole time?
Well, yeah, but like I said, you can use an old pair of underwear and strap
Shouldn't
that
have
thing to your head.
Shouldn't have to do that.
Fucking mark my words. You think I won't?
I'll put a video on the website of that.
You think I won't?
But like to me, it's not even VR.
I'm
to
saying
me.
he won't. I'm saying we're gonna put a video up on the site when that happens.
Like the Mario's the only thing that I get from this. Zelda makes no sense to me, and they did a bad job.
you don't know that yet.
I did. Why would they show what they show? That was their intention, is to show it off, and they.
I
didn't
think
show
the idea
anything.
is, hey, you can play this whole ass game while wearing these dumbass goggles,
But
and they told us that.
it's no different from playing the game though. Like it's. From
But you get to
without
wear
it.
dumbass goggles while you play it and strap underwear to your head, Mark. That's the fun.
I mean, you could technically play
Head underwear.
I'd ra-
Fallout 4 regular style.
I'd
or
rather
you
get
could
pink
play
eye
it-
from the underwear on my head.
It just,
Look, it's bad enough I already have trouble with Breath of the Wild. We have a troubled past.
I know.
This isn't helping it.
It's just the
It
game.
just looks like the game. By the way, we're watching it right now. That's why we're talking about this in so much more detail.
Tune into the video version of this podcast to see it.
And I bet you with that, you're not even moving your fucking head. You're just you're hitting the right stick on the Joy-Con.
They got the right option on for don't use Amiibo though.
No, wrong.
Why?
Because you have to hold it like this. You can't play with a Pro Controller.
That's the weird part to me is like, why would you add support for this game with a thing that you can only hold to your face for like 5 minutes? Because that's going to suck. Like, have you ever done this? Just generally
No,
speaking?
because I never needed to.
I don't mean this. What am I trying to think of? There's been shit that I've had to do where you just kind of like hold your arms up for some reason. I don't know what I've ever done that I've done.
A camera?
I don't use a camera. Who does? Just stuff. I've done stuff before. And doing stuff.
Do you see the rendered art of Mario holding the Labo VR
No.
to his face? He's like this.
Oh, that's so
He's looking
cool.
up. Yeah, it's great. Fucking fantastic. No, like
I'm in. Hey, when you get back from your trip, it'll be here for
okay,
you.
See, I was all with you for the Wii Fit. I am completely against you.
Wait, what?
I am completely against. No, I am. Fuck this.
Well, I'm so upset you said you're on board for Wii Fit.
At least it actually does what it's supposed to do.
That's true.
You have a
That's the
program
point.
and you're working out. You're getting something out of it. This is just paper
Cool.
cut my fucking face, Mario, please, and then jizz on it.
What? Jesus.
Thank you.
What if it's cool though?
It's not cool.
I love it. It's not me yelling for once.
It's just. Oh my god.
It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be so dumb. It's gonna be so dumb. I don't understand Zelda VR. At least Mario, like,
No, see, but here's the
appeal is
thing.
like moss or whatever.
I think this is what upsets me more than.
Yeah, moss. That's exactly what it's gonna be like.
No, it's not.
I said
no.
like, hold on, don't put words in my mouth, Joe. I said
No,
like.
it's not, because you have to fucking put the Labo's asshole to your face and hold it there with your hands. You can't just do it hands free. No, see, but here's what really upsets me is the future of it. Like, me joking, yelling aside, whatever. Because like, I own PSVR, I like VR, even though that's the low end of the VR spectrum. I really enjoy VR. I think this is a cool idea, but the way that's being handled right now, I can see that it's them testing the waters of like how far should we go with this, like outside of Labo, instead of like little mini games, maybe more serious games that we can make and can include this. And if this doesn't do well, they're probably not gonna go down that route.
I don't think it's that at all. I think this is, hey, we should. I think as they're making Labo, they're like,
You mean to tell me this isn't a test to add it to pre-existing games instead of putting it into a brand new thing?
Look, companies are always, and Nintendo is always going to look at those things. The fact that I fired up Wind Waker for 5 minutes last night sent a signal back to them that said someone turned on their Wii U just to play Wind Waker.
Well, maybe not if you don't not connected to the internet.
All right, well, either way, you know what I
Wii U
mean.
doesn't have internet.
They're-
They didn't get that. They did not get that ping.
No, they did. They have all that stuff. Like when you would sign up, when you'd set up your 3DS, your Wii U, all of it said
Your
like
Miiverse.
but all of the things are your play data and all that stuff is fed back to them. It was in there. It's like in the fine print when you set up your shit and whatever. You can opt in or opt out or whatever. And I always opted in because take it. Fucking take as much. I trust you, Nintendo. I love you. So yeah, they're gonna see how many people actually try this. What is the attach rate? What's all that stuff? They're gonna track that, but I don't think it was done solely to test the waters. I think it was someone dicking around with it and going, "What else can we do with this?" And they said, "Let me look at Zelda with it." And they tried it and they went, "This is cool." And they kept fucking around. I don't know.
That's their mistake, because it's not cool. It doesn't do anything different. There's nothing has enticed me to do VR. There's nothing I can do in VR that I can't do without it.
No, but you can wear it on your face.
That's all right. You're gonna get Oculus support when they release the new souped-up Switch later this year.
That's true. The big thing for the VR, though, that I think is cool is the garage mode or whatever, where you can make your own VR games. That's the part I'm going to fuck around with a bunch. I think it sounds really cool.
Better make them 5 minutes, according to Marc.
Because of the face holder?
Mhm.
I know. Underwear straps, man, I'm telling
I
you.
can't wait till they make a peripheral to make it like a steering wheel for Mario Kart, so that way you're tilting your fucking head.
I almost bought Labo this week because Target's doing a big blowout on it.
Gee, I wonder why. It's selling so well.
They got to make room for those new hot VR sets.
Yeah, I just made room in my basement by throwing that shit out.
Wait, what's more appealing at this point, a PlayStation Classic or a Nintendo VR?
A PlayStation Classic.
There it
5
is.
of them. I can at least make them into other emulators or
Plug in that keyboard.
No, but it was $20 for each set, but they were sold out of the good set. They only had the robot set left. I didn't want the robot set. I'm too big for it.
You're too big for that, but not for the other cardboard.
No.
You know what,
I mean, physically, you got to wear that robot set, and the game looked like shit for the robot anyway.
Yeah, you know what's funny about the robot set? The thing on your face stays on your face. Hands free.
There's
just a little thing that slides. Why couldn't that be the VR headset?
I don't know.
It's just that it's that classic
For
Nintendo.
people like Joe, that's too big for.
Exactly. Too big for it. Oh my gosh. Hey, we've got a week ahead of us. Like Mark said, he'll be traveling. I'll be traveling a little bit after that. We took a break from recording stuff this last week. So this week on the site, there will be no new video content. And then with all the traveling this week, there will be no new video on the site next week. You guys are doing a podcast next week?
Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I'm saying it here, I guess.
I love when we make plans on air.
I mean,
we've been talking about.
We had talked about this before. I just don't. I'm trying to give them a heads up of what to be prepared for.
Oh God.
We can figure out that part. Look, next week you'll have a new podcast on Monday, same time, same place you always get it. It may or may not have me on it. It might be.
Let's just go for another hour. Here you go.
Oh, Mark's fired up. I want to keep recording. If we can keep recording, please.
I would love to, but I do have to go somewhere. I gotta leave. Yeah.
No, I got to pack.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. I already packed. I'm currently
Mark's in the air.
not here.
I'm recovering from WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is that. But we got a lot of good stuff, man. Free Cheese Wrestling Mortal Kombat hit on Friday, and that is I watched it as it went live. Been doing that thing that you do on
The YouTubes.
the YouTube where we
Premieres.
do the premiere. So when it goes live, you're actually watching it. You can't scrub forward. I was watching it all in real time. Really good, man. We did a really good show.
So that does.
Yeah.
Huh.
Matt put together a hell of a billing, but may or may not be handing off the range. You have to tune in to find out. We had what was our Dive Kick was their combo breaker this week,
Yeah.
and Overcooked went up, episode 3 of If They Don't Dance. Thefreecheese.com is where you want to go and where you want to be, of course.
Hold on. Read that Jason Schreier article about Anthem. If you want, pop some popcorn. Enjoy a good read for 40 minutes because that's what it took me to read that article, and enjoy the show because that is a train wreck.
That is something. I still have to finish it. I made it through halfway, and admittedly, I was like, where am I at in this? And I scrolled, 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 and I was like, holy shit. All right, let me take a break.
When did that come out? Wednesday morning?
Something like that.
So, yeah, it was the Tuesday after SmackDown. I went to bed at like 2 or something.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. It was 11. I was like, oh, I should probably go downstairs so my mom doesn't think I'm a total piece of shit. And then I started reading it, and before I realized it was like getting close to like 11:40. I was like, oh, I should go down. I should stop and pick this up later.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But good. And fucked. Yeah, that's it. Twitter, you can follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
If you like wrestling, you
Yes.
should watch NXT TakeOver
False.
in addition to FCW.
There you go. But first, watch FCW.
No, NXT is not as well known as regular WWE. It's throwing it out there. I can't predict WrestleMania at this point, but I will probably say that the 5 matches on TakeOver are going to be better than the 16 or so on Sunday.
Okay.
There it is. Thanks for hanging out with us, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll be back. Someone will be back next week.